Alright guys, how you guys doing? Welcome to Watch to Earn. And so today, uh, this is going to be dev talk. I don't know what number it is, but you'll see it in the title. But it's going to be Happy Birthday Watch to Earn. And so on the 5th of June, we celebrated our very first year, so the end of year 0, essentially. And if you check the chart here, the birthday would be June 1st. But you see the very first candle here, and it's kind of difficult to see. The first big candle was at the 5th of June. So our first trivia challenge was also on the 5th of June. So I'm pretty sure. So I had to look that up. But anyway, yeah. So it's been a year, and so I just wanted to quickly talk about what exactly we've done, and kind of the significance of it. And so I'm basically just going to freestyle. But yeah, so as you guys might have known from the let me move myself here. Okay. I didn't know to do that, so I guess I'm on one corner now. But yeah, so last year I was in Michigan. I was working at a gas station, and I had an Airbnb landlord, right? And so I talked about this on Discord. I'm not gonna go way into it, but basically the very first corporate token wasn't actually Watch to Earn. It was one called 5 Points, or FIPO, what was the ticker symbol. And so we were playing that for 2 months. I literally quit my job to do it full time so we can explain every single step to him, because he wasn't as cryptocurrency savvy as I was. And then by end of May, give or take, he basically said, he pulled the plug and said it was too risky, even though he understood each and every single process, whatever. So I'm kind of happy that happened, though, just because it pushed me to be able to do this on my own, whereas I was trying to pitch this idea to many different businesses, because as you guys know, with the corporate token, which is the form of cryptocurrency, this is if you're a new subscriber. I know there's a few new subscribers now, but the point of the corporate token is that you have a limited amount of tokens, a cap supply. For us is 1 million, and our business revenue, or in a case for year 0, mostly it was part of my savings, not savings, but part of my paycheck that I was working. I had a few different jobs last year, and then early this year it was part of the tax returns, but now it's more so trading. So basically, the point of trying to pitch this to businesses was that they already had their setup established, but it's very difficult to gauge how much everyone else knows about cryptocurrency, how much everyone else is interested in cryptocurrency in the real world, versus just online and within the crypto sphere. So after that went south, as you guys know, I was uploading a whole bunch of trivia challenges on YouTube, and it's going well. We branched out into doing not just TV shows, but movies. After that, we broke out into doing different, and this is semester 2, but second half of last year, when I got back down to Florida. So this was about October, November, so about 9 months ago already. How fast time flies. But yeah, so year 0 was basically the foundational year, which was to see whether or not this idea worked. And now that I have a year underneath my belt, realistically, I'm going to be creating a few. When I finish this new set of videos I announced on Discord, I think yesterday or today, I'm going to talk about the first year and talk about different insights that I had and whatnot. But one thing that is cool is that, and I was also telling the Discord a few weeks ago, maybe a few months ago now, was that the points of the corporate token is that if you can give people your money and they don't have to do anything financially for it, so that means it doesn't cost them any, and there's no monetary cost associated with obtaining your currency, they have a very, very weak likelihood or weak probability of dumping the token, and we've actually discovered this. So I kind of call it like a decentralized bank account in a sense, where as long as I show value, both with the underlying, so for the YouTube channel, for the Discord, and also if I provide appreciation and also additional ways of accruing more money, so more watch to earn, which is from the Trivia challenges and our second social blockchain game called Hip Hop Stocks, which is going to come out soon. Not soon, but maybe in a few more months. But if with all those factors put together, it's much easier for you to save money because you're operating with less, and essentially it sharpens the blade. Essentially, if you purposely give yourself less, you're less likely to spend. So, for example, last year, I was trying to find my tax returns before I made this video, but I couldn't. I'm not entirely sure where they're at. But last year, from the gas station and the pizza spot I was working at, my two top jobs, realistically, I think I only made, about $14,000, $15,000. But you can see that we had a recent uptick. So before the recent uptick, we had a low of 2.2 cents essentially. You can see that here on the L here. So you see 0.0219. And so even though this is considered within recent memory, this was considered low. I mean, just a few months ago, this was considered high. I remember being stuck down here at 1 cent, whatever. This was June all the way up to September, October, November. This is when I got my pizza job here. So, and then also I got a very nice trade, the $1,300 one. If you checked, if you saw that on our YouTube channel. So, I mean, and this was the point I was going to get to as well. So, because not just only we've took money out for trading. So this is when I was finalizing my trading strategy, finalizing my ideas about that. So, and on the Discord as well, you guys know that I post a lot of my predictions, and they decently come out pretty accurate in my opinion. So, but it's one thing being able to analyze the market versus being able to actually capture the profits from the market. Those are pretty much two different skills. But I'm getting better at that too. And as you guys seen, I started my first month of professional trading in April. I'm gonna update you guys. I need to update my records. It's been about 2 or 3 weeks, but when I update them, I'll have month 2. I think realistically month 2 to month 3. So probably month 3, I'll give an update. So by the end of July, just because the last 2-3 weeks was rough, just because of the low volatility. But now that I understand how to adjust my trading plan for that, we seem to be going. So right now you're seeing the trading account. So this isn't our main operational wallet. When I go here to MetaMask, when I go here to MetaMask, you'll see that our operational wallet has about 12,800 wash to earn, which is roughly about $329 now. And then you'll see that my trading account just very recently, I don't know why it's doing that. It's showing the trades here. I thought I turned it off. Alright, there you go. You see, just recently, I made some money in the markets about today and yesterday. So we had a high of 100, and then now I took about another 25, 26 out currently on this V-chain trade here. So yeah, I have it going up, but we'll see. But the point of bringing that up is that not only do we have a market cap, so we when we were up here, this is before we had our secondary token, which was called Broken Faucet, which is a NFT DeFi platform, and I created a white paper for that as well. Is within the last month or so of uploads. So this was before, and then this was in January. Yeah, I was even looking at the date down here, but this is toward the end of January, and we had a maximum market cap of $22,000. So to get this into perspective, guys, remember how I said last year collectively altogether I only made about $14,000, but because there's cap supply, and because I told you guys with the DEX formula, there's a geometric calculation of this. So because there's less and less wash to earn, the value of the money, all else being equal, will be worth more inside the cryptocurrency than will be outside in stablecoin or in fiat. And it kind of makes sense because if I'm holding it, if Dislike Button is holding it, if Grinley, I haven't heard from Grinley in a while, but if Grinley is holding it, and there's quite a few, not quite a few more, there's a few other wallets that still hold the wash to earn. If everyone holds it, if one person sells, everybody is in a decreased favorable position, but people still don't do that. That naturally would be worth more money than if I were just to hold it in my private account. So that's why I say public funds is more valuable than private funds, essentially. And so if I were not to have this, yes, I would have had much more, not much more, but a decent amount more of spending money, but realistically, I would not have been able to draw on that so from June all the way until January. I wouldn't be able to pull on this when I needed to, which was in January all the way down to about May time. So you can see here the dates kind of, you see here. So it's way more consistent. It was pretty much every day I was testing it, and some things were failing, but I kind of knew what I was heading towards. And you see, you go 27th, 2nd, 5th, 7th, 11th, and then 14th, 16th, seconds. So you see here, we've definitely slowed down, and we're heading back up. Knock on wood. So after here, which was roughly about March, we created Broken Faucet. So Broken Faucet market cap is currently at $4,300. So what isn't showing up here, but would show up on Dex Screener, which I have here, is that our liquidity actually, does it show it here? Yeah, here it goes. The main liquidity for Broken Faucet is wash to earn. It isn't like with wash to earn, where if we go back, our main liquidity will be BNB, BUSD, and a little bit of cake. So we still have, I'm still going to build this liquidity up, but I'm still waiting for prices to drop. One of the tokens I'm excited for to bring on will be Pancake Swap. So that's why I had a little bit of cake on the other decks for wash to earns. But realistically speaking, I have 3,800 plus 4,300 now. So this is 2 days later. Let's just call that a year. So plus 3,800 roughly is $8,100. And I had an entire year later, and it's real value that's being created. And I got this from working 5 months at a gas station, and then I think 3 months at a pizza spot, and then I think a month and a half at a warehouse job during the summer, if you guys were around during that time. So I mean, to still have that, this is great. And this is even though this is my net worth, so technically it's not, I don't have access to all these funds, but realistically, because I'm the biggest holder of both Faucet and also wash to earn, realistically a great portion of that is mine. And when you do the math, I think it's about $3,300 bucks. That's liquefiable. So that's the last time I checked though, so I could be a little bit off there. But one thing I also wanted to do was talk about I want to look up this net worth by age. Yep. So this is based in the United States, so obviously it will be a little different depending where you're at. However, and this is what it was just a few days ago, but if we have, what did I say, 8,100? I think it was something like that. So let's first take my age. So when we're looking at people from 18 to 22, and I'm freshly 22 now, you'll see that I pop up right in the middle. So which is kind of good, and because you have to understand is that even though it's like, yes, you're in the middle, but you have to see how much. Well, then let's see if we're counting. I don't know if we're counting. Right. So you have 10K other assets. So I'm gonna get to that in a bit. But the manner in which you make your money is far more important, within realistic terms, obviously, than how much you make. And this is the problem with working, and because I've been working since 18, so I had what? Well, there's COVID as well, but realistically, 2 to 3 years on and off worth of working experience. But the problem with working is that no matter how much money you make, because you have to leave your house, because you have to get ready, because you're gonna be tired when you get back, because work itself is stressful. You have to deal with managers, lower than desired pay, all this type of stuff. Realistically, you're more incentivized to spend that money for some type of relief. So for entertainment, or for nice toys, whatever, so the next car, or there's always something you're going to want to spend more when you're making money from someone else. And so the whole point is that even though I haven't worked, and I'm not saying that, and you kind of have to put a little caveat on this. Right now, I'm not paying rent. Luckily, I'm back at my mom's house, but all of last year in Michigan, I was doing this while having to pay rent, with Airbnb and whatnot. So it's not necessarily about not being able to pay rent, but it's like it's definitely a good thing to be able to save. But because I don't have that large expense, and because I don't have but I would even if I had a car, realistically I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't really need it that much, to be honest with you. I can walk to most of my places and whatnot. This method and it's the corporate token for businesses, but you'll be able to do this for private individuals, which is just simply using your own token for your funds that's being based in other cryptocurrencies instead of directly investing into the cryptocurrency themselves. When you do this, the preservation of value is so much higher than you would ever get from savings or the traditional savings accounts, or with Cash App, or like I said again, if you invested directly into cryptocurrencies instead of your own on top of other cryptocurrencies. So one thing to know here as well, households can mean anybody underneath one roof. So I don't know what the exact stats are, but you would assume it's over one, right? So you assume at least there's count some couples at this age range. It's not likely kids as well, but so the whole point being that realistically for individuals, my net worth should be a little bit higher than this. And then we see here as well, which is very important, how people calculate assets is quite the question mark, because some people would say, oh well, as you see later, or in other price calculators, you'll see that they include the mortgage for their home, or this could be cars. This could be quite a few different things, and realistically, only financial is $4,000, whereas mine here will be up towards $8,000, and realistically, there's no limit to how much I'm able to increase this. Whereas other people, even though if they might have a whole $3,000, $4,000 completely liquid, meaning that it's more liquid than mine, where I can always shave off at this price point of watch to earn. I can always shave off $15. Whenever I need $15, I know I can go here and get it if I need it. I know I can do that for $30, $40. But realistically, as it gets higher and higher, I have to scale back because my watch to earn not only decreases by the amount I take out, but also decreases in value. So double time, it decreases the same way by two factors it increases when we have more revenue and more private savings in the private savings available for this. So I've rearranged my profit management strategy. Before, my issue is that I was able to take out a lot of funds, and as you saw in my 1 month update for professional trading, that's what I was talking about. But the issue was that I was always getting these occasional blowups, and the occasional blowups wouldn't be too bad in terms of, I would have usually always extra funds in case I blew up. The whole point I wasn't capturing as much in terms of price action on the broken faucet chart, and then also now the wash earn chart. So as you can see here, by the formation of the candles, the most recent ones, you'll see that they have little wicks, but bullish wicks. So a wick just means that instead of a candle looking more like this one here, April 18th, where it's kind of full, same one with the 27th of March, the wick is a stick. So this would be a bearish wick, and this would be a bullish wick. And so, and PooCoin is always phenomenal for this. Watch turn. And I think after this, oh yeah, I do want to talk about a few more things. Right. So you see here, well, oh yeah, this is a 15 minute. Okay, there you go. So it depends what time frame you use up here, but different platforms have different settings for whatever reason, even though they all use TradingView. No idea why. But you see here we have some bullish wicks. And so what is this? That means that once I've been able to see from my records that realistically after 2 to 3 trades back to back that go good, that's usually when either greed can take over or just misjudgments in terms of trades. And so what would happen is that I was treating my accounts, I was treating the funds in the accounts as the accounts funds. And that kind of makes sense here where I didn't necessarily care if I blew up because I had more funds in the MetaMask in my watch earn, or as saved as watch earn. So you see here, this is the funds that I use when I need to trade, obviously in the trading account. But the point was that, let's say for example, if altogether I had $50, I was able to flip it so for 100%. So now I have $100. What I would do is send the profit, which was $50, and put that into watch to earn. And so this is where you get these few green candles from here. I'll put it into watch to earn. But the problem is that even though now I have still $100, but it's split into two, when I take the $50 that's still in the trading account and lose on that, and let's say, and with my trading strategy, realistically, like you can lose pretty much everything, but it's hyper aggressive, but it's just you're managing your cash management, so it works out in the back end. But realistically, let's say if I go from 50 all the way down to 30, that's $20 out of my pocket. So now when I have $30 left, now I'm thinking about, okay, well, I just had 100 in this account, so realistically 30 isn't still all that much. So in terms of that, I still have some room to lose. I have some room to I don't know. It's hard to say because it's not a fresh $30. Rather, it's a reduced 100, send it down to 50, down to 30. My idea is that it's not as important. Whereas nowadays, what I'm trying to do is that anytime I reach, trade 2 and trade number 3 that's successful, I take out not only the profit, which was the first 50, but I'm taking out the second 50, and then I'm putting it all into watch to earn. And then when it's time for me to get a trade, instead of using the other half of the 50, I'll just probably use 25 or use 30. So in this scenario, I have $70. I have $100 that was bought of watch to earn. So the price did get to go up. I reduce it, so now I have 75. I have 75 in the MetaMask, and now I have 25 in the trading accounts. And then this way, if the 25 goes south, all right, I still have 3 more 25s instead of one half goes wrong, and then what am I going to do? I'm going to take out the MetaMask. It was a bit tough, but so that's the reason why I haven't been really uploading too much, because I've kind of been not stressing necessarily, but it's quite concerned because I had I was doing really well all in April, and during May I wasn't doing that well, which was the end of the second half of May till now I wasn't doing too well. But when you look at this Bitcoin volatility, this is why, and this is what I was kind of referring to earlier about the volatility of the market. It just hasn't been much. So let's see what it says here. it's taking so long this time? All right. Okay. Yeah, so you see here, we're pretty much at all-time lows in terms of volatility. Like what was here, 0.85, 1.12. But it's not necessarily going to be, it's not going to necessarily mean it's going to be a huge increase in volatility next, even though that's usually the pattern. Realistically, though, I think we went through a few weeks of stagnation, and then I'm just trying to see where. I don't really like that. Yeah, so I mean, this is from here until July. So you see, last year July we're at 4, and then now we're basically at 1.37. So when I had my last month, our volatility was at 3 down to 2, whatever. So it was still relatively high. So there's more opportunities, but as you'll see in the so for example, I have here on Dogecoin. Dogecoin is one I just made a little money on earlier today, but we have these huge movements from Dogecoin now, which are in the negative direction, minus 9%, and this is probably what, minus 5 or probably minus 7ish. So that's good and dandy, but when you look at what it was in the last few weeks, I mean, from the beginning of May, so a month from today, all the way up until June 4th, we had a maximum range of 7%, or not even 7. So this was what kind of caught me off guard, and a lot of the other tokens followed that. So it's going to be good, but I guess the last part, the thing I wanted to talk about was just future plans for Watch to Earn. And so I'm still working on our website. We had an issue with our NFTs for Broken Faucet. Atomic Hub, I don't know why, they just decided to not use the backing feature anymore. Like at first, 2 years ago, you used to see the little lock on the NFTs that would describe how much wax was there. Then they got rid of that when I came back about a few months ago now, and then all of a sudden on June 1st they say, oh yeah, we don't have any more backing feature. They didn't give a reason why, they just said it. So I was kind of stressing with that, trying to find a different alternative for different platforms to back our NFTs, because that's what we need for our insurance for Broken Faucet. So that's part of the reason why Broken Faucet hasn't been updated either. But when things get better, hopefully the market still remains volatile or whatnot. There's going to be more and more funds to really fund everything else. So it's going to be a new marketing team or marketing platform. As you guys might have known from the Discord, the platform I was using just stopped working. They stopped analyzing. They stopped accepting my. It's called anonymous ads. They stopped accepting my ads, and so I was calling, or not calling, but I was texting them what the problem was, and the customer support was so bad, so egregiously terrible, that I was like, I just don't even care to fix this. So we're trying a new one. It's called Ads Firm. The lady Shirley was in our Discord for quite a while. I think you'll see her in the Discord on frequently asked questions. Her message was there. So yeah, we're gonna be continuing marketing, but we need $50 minimum to deposit. So it's way more than the $0.00 before. So I do believe you're able to separate your funds, so it's not like it's you have to use the entire 50 for one video. But when we have those ads, our YouTube channel will be back in terms of views. But we're doing better than ever in terms of subscribers. So I don't know. But what else? Yep, so now we're having more funds now, so you'll see more trivia challenges. So part of the reason why as well I wasn't able to do the trivia challenges is because I'm not going to put out the point is that I don't have to necessarily match dollar for dollar what I make in terms of trading here versus what I give out. But realistically speaking, if I don't have any sensible idea of when more funds are going to come in, I have to limit how much I give out. So that's why we've only seen so much of trivia recently. After I said I was going to towards quarter 2, but it is what it is, and business, I guess, not everything goes 100% smoothly, but so that's trivia. There's going to be more videos just in general about cryptocurrency. Also, like I said, it's going to be my first year recording, my first year doing a cryptocurrency, so I'll give my insights about that. There's going to be a trading vlog too that I'm going to want to do, just so to cover, a few. So it's more like a day in the life type of thing for a trader, rather than those videos that I tried to do before with Ape and Polkadot, but I still kept them on there. Then I also want to explore the AI stuff, so I still have all my my drawings. So not all mine, but I have like 4 or 5 different prints that I made that are cryptocurrency themed. And so I do want to try those out on like on a billboard, or not billboard, like a little poster board. They have those sound mufflers, I guess, for rooms, like those YouTubers have. So I might I might get myself one just to test it out, but have it back here, have something like that to absorb more sound, and I'm gonna sell those. So just trying to create more and more businesses, and I still want to do trade token markets as well. And the one thing about I wanted to say, one of our guys, I think Kobajin, he commented on one of our videos. I think it was the plan for this year, in New Year's. He was saying that's a lot, and it does sound like a lot, but the whole point is that these are things that require minimal amount of personal involvement, in terms of I don't have to go to work anywhere, I don't have to do anything, I can just check these things and they're all just Google tabs. So it's not like it's for me, I mean, I do this 24/7, so it's not like whenever I take a break, I take a break. If I don't upload for a week, I don't upload for a week. But it's all for the sake of the token. So I guess lastly here, we're gonna end the video now. How much money will it take to get up here? So one thing that's important to remember, though, is that back in these times, Q1 of this year, we had, I think, 70,000 wash to earn in our ledger. So this was just money that was stored away for a rainy day or for something else, and so I knew that I would need some of it. So that's why I didn't burn everything. Luckily, so we used that for the wash to earn and Faucet. So that's why wash to earn and Faucet has the highest amount of wash to earn, and I burned the LP for this. I mean that this is irrecoverable on my side. So here's our ledger account. We now have 28,000. So because there's more wash to earn available into the entire ecosystem, realistically speaking, it'll take more money to recover this price than it did to reach it in the first place. But when we look at it, I believe we'll get, was it $3,000? Let's see. Yeah. So a little less than $3,000 will be up all the way back plus what we had. So if we were 22,000 just with wash to earn, realistically speaking, we should be up at least what with Faucet, and Faucet is going to be worth more than wash to earn due to the DEX formula. What's it called? We should have up to $40,000, $50,000 in terms of our overall economy's worth. So this is great, and this is why I'm starting kind of like the year 1. I call it season 2, but or season 1, but realistically, this is year 1 worth of wash earn. We just finished year 0. So with the trivia and the hip hop stocks, to give people wash to earn and have it appreciate. Well, I don't need to do the measuring, but by eightfold still is not as good as was down here, but realistically that's still great. And so as time goes on, we'll be able to offer higher and higher prizes, and the marketing for the trivia challenges, and we'll see for the hip hop stocks, it'll do it for itself. So really excited, and I guess a goal for next year, it really doesn't even matter, because it's like, I do believe I can make $3,000 by the next calendar year trading. I do believe that, and do all this stuff. I do. But I just don't want to jinx it. So instead of saying we're going to hit all-time highs, and I think I had I had a goal last year for December of last year to reach $1. Yeah, that's not happening right away, at least. But I mean, realistically, what are we talking about? You know, a 2x, a 3x, 4x, like that's still great returns on any financial assets. So I'm just trying to increase it for all you guys in terms of, I don't consider when you guys purchase Watch to Earn, because obviously, you know, not a lot of people are going to purchase it if you can get it for free. But I consider when you receive the Watch to Earn prize your entry point. And so right now, we're kind of low in terms of how many people are successful in terms of the withstanding Watch to Earn. But realistically speaking, you still own a great portion of the Watch to Earn there. So as the year goes on, we have more businesses and whatnot that are hopefully not just with trading, but with everything I just mentioned. You guys will see a great boatload of appreciation both on Watch to Earn and also Faucet side. So yeah, thank you guys for sticking with me for a whole year. It's been great, and hopefully we'll be able to make this this type of video again next year and the subsequent years to come after that. So until next time, catch you guys later.